This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Cabo Jim Schaller.
Welcome, good neighbors, to episode number 200 of the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. Today we have good neighbor Kyle Herring from Thrive IV Infusions. Welcome.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for being on. It's excited to learn a little bit more about what you do. So let's jump right in. And why don't you share a little bit about what you do over at Thrive IV Infusions?
Yeah, so I'm the owner and founder here in Southwest Florida. We service Naples to Pona Gorda, and we do mobile IV hydrations and vitamin injections. Not a lot of mobile providers there, but we bring all the providers to your house. So we're able to bring the doctor, doing medical consults. We have access to the pharmacist and 22 doctors. So how it works is you'll call us. A lot of people call for the hangover drip, which is a big one that we get after a night of drinking. They'll call us and say, "Hey, can you help me?" And I'm like, "Yep, I'll be right there." So we'll go replenish those nutrients that they lost. A lot of times it's a B complex and some detoxing that we got to give them, and they'll be good to go.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So I guess the question is, how did you get involved in all this?
So I've been a nurse since 2017. I started trying to find my niche, if you will, in healthcare and as a nurse. So I started with home health doing pediatrics, was not my thing. Went to a skilled nursing facility, was not my thing. Ended up at one of my dream jobs was to work with people living with HIV, and was able to work there for about a year and a half. But they had some restructuring going on. So I went into the home health world, and that was a whole new world for me completely. Because before I wasn't using much of my nursing skills. It was mostly education and teaching. When I got into the home health world, I thought I was going to be doing all this stuff, but nope, it's education and teaching. So it helped me out so much. So been in there for about 5 years, and went into leadership and management, and then COVID hit us. Worst time to really do that. My adrenals went out of whack and started becoming super stressed. Ended up on 3 blood pressure medications, anti-anxiety. It just kept going on. And finally, after all the doors were knocking, say, "Hey, it's time to get out," I decided to step out of leadership and go back into the field where I really enjoyed the nursing aspect of it. And been there for, like I said, that last 5 years. And then in 2023, I was like, well, I really don't want to work for somebody else. What can I do as a nurse, being a nursepreneur, if you will? How do I get that opportunity to own a business as a nurse? So I was able to partner with my medical director and pharmacists and the doctors, and they were able to help me provide the platform to be able to provide the services for everyone here in Southwest Florida.
I love it. See, you take it long enough and you search around, you're going to find your passion. You're going to find what you're made for. I love it.
Exactly.
So you talked about some challenges in getting to where you are today. And we all go through them, whether personally or professionally. But starting a business, is there something that, maybe you went through that, you weren't prepared for, but now you made it through and you're like, okay, I made it through. Now I'm in a better place now because of it?
A lot of times. I learned the first thing was learn how to pivot. And that was what really kind of geared me into changing things. As you know, with legislation and everything that's coming down, because this IV therapy is newer to the industry as a whole. I mean, it's been around in the hospitals and such, but a lot of people are using it for the elective, like the glam and the antioxidant effects. And I'll do all those services. However, I kind of needed to pivot because I'm not the best good looking. I mean, there's a lot better good looking people out there that can branch out and do that and kind of really connect with people. So just learning how to connect to the right people was where I really found the biggest struggle, was not being able to find the right people, and then joining networks to be able to find the right people.
Absolutely. See, you found your way. So talking about the industry a little bit and what you do, are there any maybe myths or misconceptions that we can kind of clear up for our listeners?
It's not expensive urine. Everyone says, "Oh, it's just expensive urine," and because they say that you just urinate all the B vitamins out. And yeah, you can do that, which was another opportunity for me to pivot a little bit more and branching out and doing lab-based care. to find out if you truly do need the medications, if you truly need the vitamins, because I don't want to be like how the doctors are doing or treating a
Right.
symptom. I want to be able to actually fix a problem. So in 2024, I launched the root cause division of Thrive IV Infusions. And that gave us the opportunity to do those labs, stool studies, urine, saliva tests to find out, hey, I can't lose weight. Why can I not lose weight? Or I know my stress is out of whack and my cortisol is out of whack. How do I fix that? Or my stomach, it's just tore up. What do I do to fix it? So now we have those lab-based care to say, hey, it's not expensive urine. Your body does actually need X, Y, and Z. Let's go ahead and replenish that.
Nice, nice. I love that. So do you notice anything, obviously it's a field that's forever changing. Do you notice any new trends within the industry?
The main trend is that people just really just want to be healthy. We're seeing a small group of people, and it's starting to expand more and more of people that are tired of going to the doctor. They're tired of getting a pill and not really getting anything out of it besides more medications, having to keep their insurance and stuff. So now that we're trying to use this as supportive therapy, we're starting to see people that are with hypertension coming to us, or people who are unable to lose that weight or diabetes, and saying, hey, how can you help? And that's really where I'm able to use the products from Thrive IV Infusions, as well as my knowledge as a nurse, to really dig down, do the lab testing, and find out exactly what you need. So that way we can be healthier. This American diet that we follow right now, it's horrible. It's full of preservatives.
Yeah.
There's a big change and a big need that's happening. And we got to take control really over the obesity population. It's, I think, about 67% here in Florida that have a diagnosis of obesity.
Right. And then that's, like you said, more people are becoming more aware of that situation and realizing, well, I thought I was healthy, but I'm not really healthy because I'm taking all these medications or I'm eating all this food that's really not good for you.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so that awareness has been great. I think it's going to change things for the better moving forward. So question, are you from Southwest Florida originally?
I am from Sarasota, Florida. I was born there, raised in Indiana for about 7 years, 8 years. Parents moved us back down to Sarasota, and then I've slowly made my way to Southwest Florida. So finally
Nice.
landed here. I think I'm here for a little bit. So
Right.
I enjoy
Right.
the warmth.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I was born in Wisconsin, so I understand that cold weather up there and wanting to be out of it. So
Yeah.
I've been down here long enough where my blood is thinned out, I believe. But
Yay.
so wait, owning a business can be very demanding of your time. Is there something you enjoy doing outside of work?
Yeah, I do a lot of stuff with plants. I have this goal of is to have my front yard and backyard to be all natural, with Florida native grass and Florida native flowers, plants, anything that we can. So me and my husband, we are doing that process. It always looks better before, or it looks worse before it gets better. It's in the worst stage right now, and I'm like, please, neighbors, don't kill me. I promise it's going to look good. Just give me a little bit more time.
Right.
So I
And
do
then
a
we're
lot
out
of
of
stuff
rainy
with plants.
season, so that's not helping.
Yeah.
That's great. So is there one thing you wish our listeners knew about what you guys do that maybe they wouldn't be aware of?
So I'm a registered nurse. So like I said, it's a registered nurse should be the one that are administering these fluids in the house. A lot of times we have EMTs as well that are able to do it because they are trained. But the biggest thing is I tell people is make sure that you are getting a consult with the doctor for that first visit, and that that it's legal and vetted, and don't be afraid to ask questions. A lot of times I don't get any questions from clients or something, and I'm like, oh, okay. But then there's other times I'll get 112 questions. I'm like, perfect, I love it. Now let's continue talking. And those are the ones that really are the trends that I can see that become those reoccurring clients. So just
Right. Yeah,
ask
because
lots of questions.
they're more aware and they were curious about what things can do and what options they have. I love that. So to be clear, you come directly to people's homes, right? They're not having to
Correct,
come into an
correct.
office. Yep.
Nope, that's the best part. And I got that from the home health model of people are like being in their home. COVID happened. They liked being in their home. So just bringing stuff to people is that concierge approach that we do.
Perfect. Perfect. So how would our listeners go about contacting you if they were interested in learning more or needed some IV infusions?
Yeah, so they can call or text me, 239-318-0043. or follow me on social media at thrive-ivinfusions.com and at therootcausenurse.com. Not the .coms, just on Instagram at Thrive IV Infusions and at the Root Cause Nurse.
Perfect. Any last words for our listeners?
Keep educating yourself. We're in a big movement, and there's a big group of us that are wanting to make this change, and it's going to be an uphill battle, but we're here to make you happy, healthy, and whole.
Perfect. Kyle, thank you for being such a good neighbor. I hope to see you out in the community here soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpestero.com. That's gnpestero.com or call 239-296-2621.